the president of Bata Africa, Bata employees, one and all, friends, members of the press, hi. Good afternoon, already it is. And I want to say congratulations to Bata, well done. And I don't say that because I'm supposed to say that, I'm saying that because as I stand here in shoes that are already hurting, I can tell you congratulations, this is important. When it comes to making high heels comfortable, we're all looking for miracles as women. And I say this because my remarks will be short because the ladies in the house are standing. The thing is, high heels really look good, but they also in some cases cause pain. Not in all, but in some cases. The truth is, most women won't give up their high heels for anything. Why? Because in our high heels, we feel dressed up, we feel elegant, we are picture perfect for the day, for the occasion, and for the moment. So for the gentlemen who keep asking, but why? Now you know why. The problem, however, with high heels is they've been around for close to 400 years. And high heels were originally worn by men in the medieval period. In the 19th century, the 9th century, the only people who wore high heels were men. It helped actually keep their feet in the stirrups as they rode their horses. These were Persian men, and when they encountered the English and the European men, they couldn't get over them, so they too started wearing high heels. In fact, it came to a point where only aristocrats wore heels. And as others began to make and wear high heels, the aristocrats increased the height of their heels so they could ensure people knew who was who. So don't look at us girls and think we're crazy. We take our ideas from high heels from the medieval times. Now, high heels ensured people knew that you were not working class, but also was a great way to avoid the poop on the streets. Now, Louis XIV, yes, there was one, was a short guy, and he made his heels higher. And he also said only members of his court could wear red heels. Now, he was so influential that many other kings and royalty wanted to look like him. So more men wore high heels. However, at the same time, many women in Europe were trying to look like men. They smoked a pipe, they wore their hair short, and yes, they wore high heels. And in a bit to look more like men, women wore high heels in the 9th and 10th century. So by the end of the 1600s, both men and women were wearing high heels. By 1740, only women were wearing heels, and we've worn them since then. My love affair with high heels is well documented. In fact, I've been heard to say that the only reason I invested in flat shoes is when I had to chase my daughter, because you can't do that in heels. But my pain-love elegance affair goes back to my days when I started working as a little girl, and anybody with a daughter knows this, she wants to look like you. So she walks on her tippy toes and she tries on your shoes, and from the moment she can buy high heels, she does. And I know I did. And the problem is, when you have a job like mine, when you go to meetings, you do presentations, you stand at gatherings, and I'm also an MC sometimes. By the end of the 3 or 4 hours, I need a foot rub, and I'm actually willing to throw my shoes away. But I've been a smart girl, so I don't wear trend, I wear elegance. Okay? Needless to say, when I heard about Insolia, the new high heel that is actually built into a Bata shoe, I said, well, that's something I'm going to try. I was hoping that the shoes would actually be elegant, and they are. Thank goodness for this fashion show before I spoke. Now, why do we have pain when we wear high heels? About 80% of our weight is actually on the balls of our feet. So if you actually look at me, it's actually all here. And what Insolia has done is actually ensure the weight goes back a little. So in the case of Bata, it's 50-50. And I know this because usually by the end of a long day, I'm like, rub my feet. I don't rub my heel. My heel is fine. Rub my toes, okay? Insolia is not just padding. It's not just cushioning. And this is for my friends in the media. Insolia is technology. It redistributes your weight, okay? Insolia isn't an insole. I don't want you going around saying Bata has a new insole. Insolia isn't a cushion, and it's not for flats, by the way. It's